So long you give respect out here being homeless, I learned in Palmetto and also in Naples, in Fort Myers, if you respect the rules, you can maintain freedom and you won't get harassed if you express the rules. It all depends on your behavior.
Okay.
You can't go out here and misbehave. Right? I don't know what's going on in this world today, the cobras, or whatever you want to call this virus, but I know one thing, we're going to overcome it. Because we overcome many things in our life.
and a motorcycle die? He just stopped and like, he was like, before he crashed,
everybody. We are somewhere east of downtown Tampa, and we're going to show you guys some of the normal neighborhoods here where the working class people live in Tampa. To show you guys some normal areas, you know, regular neighborhoods, city neighborhoods of Tampa. By the way, shout outs to everybody in Tampa. This is a city I got a lot of love for out here. Just I got family that lives here and friends too, so I really wanted to show you guys Tampa. Oye, mi hermano, what's happening? Welcome to Tampa, man. I like this house. It got a front porch. I can hang out con toda mi gente afuera en el barrio. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know the hood, la calle, lo que me gusta a mí, el traqueteo. You know what I'm talking about. Bueno, esto sí que es candela, brother. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna explore el barrio in Tampa, and we're gonna see if you guys are really about it, man. People in Miami and people in Jacksonville talking in Tampa no hood. We're gonna see what is really hood out here about, man. Para que tú lo sepas, so you can respect el A13, mi hermano. Let's check it out. And they got a good Cuban sandwich too. El barrio right here, mi zona, mi gente. A different story, you know. But Florida towns are the same way. Like, you go to one Florida town in one region, they're a certain way. Like Tampa, Jacksonville, Ocala are more chill, you know. They're more chill places. But then you go to a different city and it's a totally different scenario, you know. They got some hoods all over Tampa. Then you cross over into St. Pete, but that's a whole different city. They got their own hoods over there too, but this is Tampa. The 813. We gotta go down that street. That street looks hood right there. I like the big old houses, man. That's one thing I like about Tampa. Even though it's a big city, but it's got a lot of historical houses, you know. It's kind of like St. Pete, where in St. Petersburg we got a lot of dirty looks for the camera. And notice, you know, like this is a brand new house, but look, it's got metal bars on the windows. So this has got metal bars on the windows too. So usually when so many houses have that, it's pretty much an indication that there's a lot of break-ins and, you know, crime in general. So people put metal bars on their windows. But we gotta be real careful. We got a few dirty looks over there, and we definitely don't want to anger people coming to their neighborhoods. But it's part of our job, you know. We're just working. But you do get a lot of real dirty looks. Once in a while, you get some dirty looks in these neighborhoods. St. Petersburg was one place where we got a lot of dirty looks in St. Petersburg. Yeah, they really didn't like us coming through in St. Petersburg. You know, we went to some place in St. Petersburg where everywhere we went, we got some dirty looks. But it was with the side camera like we got right now, where you can, when you're driving through, you can tell the camera's there, you know. Hey y'all, what's up? See, they waved. You know, it's cool. They're friendly. Some people are friendly, young people not so much. But it's nice when you get that, you know, when you get that wave back. And you got to be careful. Just this morning at 8:30 in the morning here in East Tampa, there was talked to some of the local people already. There was 8 or 9 bullets went off already in Tampa this morning here on the east side, so over by Nebraska. So, you know, there's already a little bit of a tense feel when something like that goes down already, you know. But that's not just Tampa, that's any large city. Maybe Miami, Jacksonville, Tampa. If you're living in an urban neighborhood in a city, there's always going to be all types of hostilities and tensions. And sometimes an outsider coming in at one of those moments can really set things off. So you got to be as respectful as possible when I do these videos. But there's no real right or wrong way to do it. People just don't like to be on camera. It's hard, you know. Nice little house right here for sale. Another thing that I absolutely love about Tampa is the food here is on par with Miami. It's different, but it's good. They have Cuban, they have Colombian. Those are two of the best cuisines you're gonna get right there. Cuban and Colombian, two of the best cuisines, two of my favorite cuisines personally. You got Cuban, you got Colombian, then you got Cuban sandwiches. You have that in Miami, but not on the same scale as you do here. You know, you got a lot of Cuban sandwiches here in Tampa. So, and then you got Southern barbecue as well. And then you got, like, up in Clearwater, which is the Tampa Bay area, there's Duff's. We like them. We used to always have, when I was younger, Golden Corral, but you don't have that just about everywhere. That's not spectacular, but it's nice to have buffets, you know, especially when you're on the road, you want to get something to eat, and you don't have time to, you know, you go into a buffet, you sit down, and you get going, you know. So there's some really charming houses in East Tampa. I think East Tampa has a lot of potential. Already, you know, I think this area could gentrify in the future. I mean, I might be wrong on that, but it definitely could, because it's got historic homes, you know, big front porches, you know, they're good, nice houses. A lot of them are in disrepair, but all it takes is money to fix them, you know. People are really starting to like these southern style of homes. So it has enough characteristic to be a good place to gentrify. So if it's gonna happen or not, I don't know, but you know, Tampa still hasn't gotten us crazy and unaffordable. Look at this house right here. Looks like they have a sticker on the window. I don't know if it's an eviction or it's condemned. It's a nice, got a big, nice porch. House is probably from like the 20s or something. You know, it has character. In fact, over here there's some new houses over here going on. Let's take a look. A little bit of contrast over here. As far as the cityscape of Tampa, is very similar to Jacksonville. You got a lot of older homes, a lot of older neighborhoods. Like right here, this is all beautiful new houses. Check this out. Sorry about my air conditioner, you guys. My air conditioner broke, and it either goes on full speed or no speed. So it's kind of hot already. So, but look at this, nice little houses going in, and you know, they keep the front porches. I wish they had gone with a more traditional look than these. These are like modern looks, you know. I wish, you know, you still got the little shotgun. Like this one has a little shotgun front entry. I wish they had kept it going, you know, on a bigger scale, just gone with that theme, you know. But we got cars behind us. We got to get moving here. A lot of Cubans in this area. I see a lot of Cubans. So here in Tampa, the hoods are kind of 17th. This is a one-way. Gotta go this way. All right, let's go this way. You have a lot of Cubans. You have a lot of Puerto Ricans, and you have a lot of African Americans. So it's a very diverse. And you also have whites living in these neighborhoods. So it's a very diverse place, and you know, in a good way. Really nice. In a lot of places where you get a mix of people, it kind of goes in the wrong direction. It just creates, I don't know, tension. But here, there's a lot of diversity, but it's really good, really well. You know, I like it. You know, you have Cubans, Colombians, white, black. Just really nice, real nice mix of people. Gives the city a lot of diversity. A lot of good restaurants, a lot of culture, you know, a lot of families. I like Tampa a lot, I really do. Just taking a nap. Look at this house, that looks good. Wow. House on the other side looks so hood, I like it. It's coming this way, okay. A lot of metal bars on the windows. A lot more than Jacksonville even. So it's not as much as Miami. But when you see that much metal bars on the windows, that's pretty much, you know, lets you know people are kind of concerned with break-ins. Big mango tree. You'll still see mango trees here in Tampa. It's pretty far north, but it's so close to the coast that you still see a lot of mango trees. Oh, look at that Cadillac. It looks just like the one, kind of like the one we used to have, remember?
Yeah.
I miss my Cadillac. I used to have a 93 black Cadillac. I had some blades on it. I miss it. But we had to sell it to finish putting the roof on the house. Look at that dog. Check it out. They got the 4Gs on it. I'll spin around the block. I don't want to. Actually, they're outside. I wonder if they'll let me just take a picture of it. They might. They got roosters. I like this street. They got roosters. They got donks. If you got donks, you got metal bars on the windows, and you got chickens running around, that constitutes the hood. Look at these houses right here. Like, look at how nice they are. You know, like they're hood, but at the same time, it's got the South African flag right there. They're hood, but they're like, see this house right here, like big front porch, you know, like it's hood, but at the same time it has so much character, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna flip around the block here real quick. I want to check out that donk on video. Overall, it looks more hood than Jacksonville. What do you think, babe?
Yeah.
It looks more hood than Jacksonville. Sorry, Jacksonville. Tampa looks more hood. They got more metal bars on the windows. They got, you know, more older houses. This is like a Southwest. I wonder if the guy will let me take a picture of the donk. I'll ask him. He might. They're just working there?
No, they're working next door.
Oh, they're working there. Let me ask him. Hey man, that donk is fresh, man. Whose donk?
Huh?
Whose donk is that?
Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, dog.
Yeah.
What the guy that lived, huh?
That's fresh, man.
Like that one?
Yeah. That's Florida right there, guys. That's a donk. It's a 73 Caprice, big 28s on it or something. That's Florida stuff right there, right there. Look at that. That's fresh. That is fresh. That's Florida for you. A little bit of Florida culture.
It's like hydraulics.
It might have hydraulics. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at this house right here.
It's a little wonky.
I would love to have one of these. Just,
Yeah.
they can't be too expensive. See what they're going for. Look at East Tampa and see what houses are going for out here.
I saw one where it was 110 for the lot and
Look it up. Look it
with
up.
houses in disrepair.
Yeah, look it up. I'm really curious to what these houses are going for out here. So I think Tampa looks more hood than Jacksonville. It just has more going on as far as, like, you know, old houses, metal bars on the windows, like the whole package, you know, the whole hood package. It looks more hood. And people are friendly here.
One in disrepair, 2-1 for
Let me see.
79.5, 105.
Let me see. Oh, so they're going, even like the ones that are in pretty bad shape. Even the ones that are pretty bad shape, but you can still get a house in Tampa for 130. You know, some of the more beat up ones are going for about 80,000. Some of the more like nicer concrete newer houses for maybe 130. So about 130. So you can get a house out here for under 130. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's within our budget.
You know, like they're building a new house right here, so. And that's all it really takes. That's like, first all these empty lots will get filled in. Then all the houses that are vacant get fixed up. And next thing you know, how much is that, 110?
Yeah.
I think that's needs a lot of work though, man.
Yeah.
110? That's a lot of, that house needs a lot of work for 110 though. Like in Jacksonville, that would be 29, 30,000 in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more expensive. In Miami, it'd be 200,000, you know. So Tampa is a little bit more expensive than Jacksonville, but much cheaper than Miami. I like these houses right here. Look at this neighborhood. So nice. A lot of shotgun houses. That's what these houses are called, shotgun. So we're now on East 17th and Owens. You can see there's a bunch of row houses over there. Look at this one, guys. Classic hood stuff. You got metal bars, you got some old computer shares, AC window on the unit, window unit on the side. That is classic hood material right there. Loquats grow a lot in Tampa, Orlando. You don't see too much of it in South Florida. They like a little bit cooler weather. Also, what I like about this neighborhood is because you know, there's not too much traffic and the streets are really tight. We can really slow down and do a slower video, man. I hate these, you know, these neighborhoods like Miami where you're having to rush through the streets, you know, because there's either too much traffic or too much going on. Here you can really slow it down and kind of just enjoy the houses and just take a closer look. So I like the traffic pattern here. It's real slow. Like if I wanted to drive fast through here, I could be out of this neighborhood in 5 minutes, but if you want to slow down, you can. I like that. Real relaxed traffic pattern, you know. Jacksonville's the same way too. It's really look at these. I wish you guys, let me turn around and show you guys the houses on the other side of the road. Front porches, you know, a lot of front porches. I like front porches. Every house is a hangout spot with a front porch. I'm gonna swing around this block so you guys can see these front porches. See right here. Look at these front porches. Pay close attention to the architecture on these houses. What is this, a 5-minute parking, city code? What is this? Look at these houses, guys. Look at the architecture. You know, they don't build houses like that anymore. Love it. Look at this one, it's got brick. I like these front porches. This one's got a porch wrapping all the way around it. I like this area. I like every single house has a front porch, just about. With a swing, you can just hang out in your own front yard. Look at this one, they got cactuses growing. Great stuff, man. Lots to soak in these neighborhoods. Lots of nice stuff to look at. Another thing, you know, if you live here in Tampa, sometimes I might go through a neighborhood that the locals don't consider the hood, you know, and I'll put it on a hood video. And a lot of times that makes the local people a little bit upset, you know. But for me, my definition of a hood is the word neighborhood in an informal fashion. So what that means to me is, let me cross this main road here. So my definition of hood is an informal neighborhood. I'll give you guys an example. You see this fence right here, how it's broken? That's informal. You see how the grass hasn't been cut? That's informal. You see this Caprice parked on the lawn? That's informal. Let's go on the street real quick. Well, this is a hood to me because, you know, see the car? It's parked on the grass. That's informal. Hood is a shorter version of neighborhood. And that's the simple explanation of what the word hood means to me. And that's, you know, that's going to vary from person to person, but for me, the word neighborhood It's an informal version of the word neighborhood. So a neighborhood is a more formal place. In a neighborhood, you don't park your car on the grass. You park it on your driveway. In a neighborhood, your fence doesn't have holes in it. You know, in a neighborhood, you don't throw garbage on the side of the road. So when I've gone through a few places, like when I went to Fort Pierce, the people there, or Titusville, they were angry at me, you know. Look at all those chickens over there, baby.
Gotta get chickens.
Okay, chickens, for example. You can't have chickens in a neighborhood because the city code doesn't allow it. So if you live in a neighborhood where you can have chickens, like maybe that couch, it's not garbage day, there's a couch out by the road. That's an informality. So for me, when I use the word hood, it is an informal version of a neighborhood. It's less formal. It's not as strict as a neighborhood. Like here, you got chickens running around. In theory, I don't know if the city of Tampa allows it. Probably they allow it. But normally you don't see chickens in an urban setting. So there's a TV by the side of the road. That's informal. So for me, that's the definition of that word. Hi, y'all. So that's my personal definition of the word hood. So when I go through your city, a lot of people get upset because they think that I'm using it in a different context. Maybe the way they look at that nice front porch on this house. So like for too many people, the word hood for them means a black neighborhood. I don't use it that way, and I don't even believe in that context, because there's white hoods, there's Latino hoods, you know. So it's like, see this right here? These are like apartments, or they could be subsidized housing or habitat. I don't know what type of, you know, housing this is. But see, the grass is cut. You park your car on your driveway. That's not a hood. You know, that's not hood. That's my definition of the word hood. And I just wanted to break that down for you guys, because a lot of people get offended because they don't understand the context of what it means to me. Look at this one right here. Metal bars on the windows. You know, like in a normal neighborhood, you don't need metal bars on your windows because, you know, I don't know, but that's what it means to me. Look at this. What is that? Look at peaches, baby. Look. They got peaches. So that's what it means to me. And I know to a lot of people it doesn't mean that, and they kind of get offended. My goal is not to offend anyone. On the contrary, I'll go from the poorest neighborhoods on this channel. I'll do a poor neighborhood, and then I'll switch it up and go into a really rich neighborhood. So let's get out of this area of town. We've done a lot here. Let's try to move to other parts. There's a lot to cover in Tampa. It's a big city. I don't want to dedicate all my efforts to one neighborhood, but that's what the word hood means to me. And I like the Titusville. And you know what's crazy is in some cities it's not a problem. Like Jacksonville really liked my videos. Miami likes my videos. Fort Lauderdale. So these are places where when I go there, they make suggestions and say, like Fort Lauderdale, people in Fort Lauderdale say, come back and do some more, you know. But Titusville and Fort Pierce, they got mad at me. They got angry at me. So, you know, regionally, every region is different, you know. I found so far that Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Jacksonville, they liked my videos so much that they asked me to keep coming back and do more, you know. But then you go to other neighborhoods and, you know, like Fort Pierce and Titusville, they were angry at me, you know. So every place is different. All places aren't the same. And some places, like see this area here is African American. Just to give you guys an example of what it means to me, this is an African American area. If I were doing a video on just this neighborhood right here, I wouldn't call this a hood. It's African American, but it's a formal place. You have the grass is cut, cars are parked where they're supposed to be. The houses are nice and new, and the streets are clean. When you drive by, people wave at you. There's no informalities, you understand? So in that context, degrading our community. I'm like, I haven't done anything to your community. What have I done to your community? I didn't sell a drug on your community. I didn't kick somebody out of their house. I'm not a slumlord who's letting these houses fall to crap. I'm not a police officer targeting minorities. There's a dunk in that garage right there. Nice. So I'm not a police officer arresting people on a prejudice mindset. I'm not, you know, a prosecutor who looks at a young person from the inner city and tries to get them convicted even though they're not sure if that person did it. You know, why are you mad at me, the YouTuber? You know, why are you mad at me, the YouTuber? Because I come into your neighborhood with a camera. I don't take anything from your neighborhood. And some people will say, oh, you're making money off our poverty. You know who's making money off your poverty? Your landlord. Your slumlord, who every month comes, picks up his rent, doesn't fix your house, doesn't paint it. The only thing he cares about is your rent. He doesn't care if your house looks like crap. The only thing he cares about is collecting that rent. So that's who you need to be mad at. You need to be mad at your slumlords, not landlords, slumlords, prosecutors. Those are not all prosecutors, but the ones, you know, that are doing what we know I'm referring to. How you doing, man? All good, man. Not sure what's going on there. This definitely looks good out here. Hey, let's go to a rental center and rent some wheels for my truck. Want to put some wheels on my truck? Want to finance some tires for my truck, babe? What? Let's go to a rental center. No. Let's go rent a tires. Put some 22s on my truck. Come on, let's do it. No. Remember the old days?
No.
Alright, when I was a teenager, I met Katie. I was like 18 years old. We got together. One of our first road trips was to Tampa, to this place called Rental Wheels, where you can rent wheels, basically. Rent to own wheels, basically.
We stayed at Mimi's.
I would never do that today. But back then, I was young and stupid. And we put like some 18-inch chrome wheels on my Benz. And I paid them off. They didn't have to come repossess it. But we've been trying to get rid of the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, just good memories here in Tampa. So, all right, guys. Just we gotta really get to the other side of town. We've done a lot on this side. We got to get to the other part of town. So. sure. By the way, I might have to blur it out, but there's a body inside that car. Sorry. That's all right. To a different neighborhood. I was gonna do these projects, but we should probably just roll up out of here. With that situation, it's probably best just to get out of this neighborhood right now. But it was we already did a video of these projects not too long ago, so you can find that on our channel, but I didn't want to include them on this video. But let's get out of here. Let's just get out of this neighborhood. That's just more than I want to look at right now. Wow. And there's already teddy bears on that corner, you know? Bye.